My name is Masi Mwendwa.
My name is Jason Keplagat.
This is my son, my firstborn son.
Yeah.
And today we're here to talk about the dining table. And the question, I think, for me, it's, have we forgotten about the dining table? Are we eating alone? Are we eating watching TV? Are we eating in our rooms? What happened? I can tell you, I can tell you about my day.
Yeah.
My day, you know, my parents.
Did you used to have dinner with your parents, your family, like all together?
Yes. Won't have, of course, not at the same, because some were much older, so they may not have been there, but the ones who were there, we sat at the table. And I think for me, the beauty about sitting at the table was my mom could look at me and see I'm not okay. My dad could get to know how was our day, what are we doing, how are we doing. Though they were military, but they got to know how we are doing. They got to tell us the things that are happening. My mom would tell us the things that she's doing. She was a farmer and a good one, you know that. Yeah. My dad was working in the office. So just conversations of their lives, but also we got to learn there. That's where we got to learn things. That's where there's wisdom. Wisdom was passed at the dining table. So the dining table wasn't just for consuming food. It was also for seeing, for grounding us, for talking to us, for seeing where we are not doing well, advising us. I don't know what happened.
Did you feel like you could openly talk to them about your problems?
Not necessarily. That now was the problem. Most of the times, our parents spoke to us. They talked to us. And what they spoke is what went.
Yeah.
That would go. If they said, this is what I want, this is what we did. But we spoke. Then there was no phones. There was no, I'm going to call a friend. There's nowhere. There's boots now. And that was, and I grew up country.
Yeah. I feel like, speaking on my generation, why many people wouldn't necessarily sit on the dining table or have those conversations is because they feel they're not open to speak to their parents about like issues they're going through. You know, let's say they went through a breakup, and like speaking on my my experience, some people can't just go to their parents and say, oh, I'm not doing so well. I just went through a breakup. And, you know, some parents aren't in the right headspace to have that conversation with their own children. So it's like you said, they'd talk to you and you'd feel talked to, but you didn't feel heard, you know. So that could also be a reason as to why people aren't on the dining table as much. But also, I feel like the bringing of technology like social media and all that definitely has people feeling like their lives are a bit fast-paced.
Yeah.
So they don't have time to sit on the dining table and have those conversations. But I do see the need for having those.
Well, that's a good conversation, but we start at home. So the question is, do I listen to you?
Yeah, I think you do. I feel like I'm very grateful for the type of parenting that you've, you know, raised me with. I feel like if you were the type of parent to tell me no to so many things, I wouldn't be the person I am today. Because I feel like I would have listened. Like if you did tell me not to go out, not to drink, not to do all that. Like I feel like you giving me the freedom to make those choices for myself allowed me to find myself, and for which I'm grateful. So yeah, I would say you do listen to me.
I thank God for that. But that's the conversation. Like you're saying, it is the phones have come in. Your generation also, I mean, not just your generation, but all of us, nobody puts the phone down.
Yeah.
We're eating, but the phone is, we don't even taste the meal anymore.
An addiction.
We don't even look up to the person who cooked to say thank you. We start serving.
Yeah.
it's an addiction. And I think for me, when I was writing this chapter in the book, that's what like God was highlighting for me, like what has happened. Because you know that the dining table in the Bible, there are so many places that, I mean, Jesus sat with people. He loved to do it. He loved to break bread. And that is essential, because I think that's why even the mirroring of the tables is there. But nobody, like you're saying, we are not listening to one another. You can be speaking, but nobody is hearing.
Yeah.
We're not asking, how are you doing? So to be able to sit where, like I was telling Jaden the other day, that I'm grateful that we can have dates. I'm grateful that we can be out and have conversations where I'm able to ask certain things. And I'm also grateful that you can tell me the truth. Yeah. So what do you think should be done? Because for me, it's I think if I speak for my generation, from my perspective, is we have to return back to that table. And not necessarily we sit at the dining table, but we have to return to a place where we're not just talking to, but we are listening. We're not just asking our children, how are you? I'm looking at you and looking at your eyes, because eyes speak. And knowing something is wrong with you, and actually addressing it, and not passing through it and saying, we'll discuss it later when I'm back. I don't know what else would help, but that's speaking from my perspective. What do you think should be happening?
I do. Yeah, you're right, for sure. I feel like also it goes both ways. Not many children know how their parents are doing. I feel like there's so much our own parents go through that we don't talk about. It's all, you feel like because they're your parents, they're always this strong rock that just can't, nothing can affect them. But, I feel like as a parent, you definitely do shield a lot of the emotions you have or the things you're going through. And yeah, I definitely think that conversations need to be had on how we're doing as a whole, not just a parent speaking to their child, but a child speaking to their parent.
That's amazing. I think that's really amazing. But how would we really help where you're saying the parents are still talking to their children, not listening to them, they're not being heard?
Just having an open mind. I feel like when you enter a conversation with there's a word for it, like when you enter with already this notion in your mind that you're right and whatever you say they have to listen to, you're already entering it, and like you're already wrong.
You have an opinion before you get in
exactly there. You can't already have an opinion on what this person is going through until you fully listen to them. And I think just having an open mind and understanding this is also a person.
Yeah.
Like it's all our first time on earth.
Yeah.
And this is all our first experience living. We all make mistakes. And just speaking from that point of understanding that we're allowed to make mistakes and move on from them. Yeah.
That's true. And I also think no one should live their life, because at the end of the day, we have children saying I'm like this because of my parents. We have parents saying I'm like this because of my parents. So there's also trauma wounds that people are carrying but are not getting healed from. Yeah. So even the listening part, we're asking, like, listen, you're not able to listen. So I think, but I when I was writing the chapter, I think for me, the basis is going back to the root. Because like you're saying, it's the first time for us on earth. But also there's a manufacturer, the one who created us. So it's almost going back to the root, to him, to ask, what was this table meant for? What was communion about? What was fellowship about? How do we return back to that space where the parents are back to their children, they're having conversations, the children are talking to their parents, they are being heard, and just beautiful conversations are being had, and not people being afraid. So that when something happens to a parent or to your children, you're thinking, I thought they were okay. And you're living in the same house. So I think it's a conversation that needs to be taken further and needs to constantly be reminded, especially in this era, like you're saying, of technology. It's a conversation that needs to be talked about. And I think it's a desire for God for us to return back to talking to one another.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's artificial intelligence taking over. There must be someone who rises up and says, now, how do we show up with divine intelligence?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know many people who actually take their problems to AI before taking it to their parents or taking it to anyone else. Many people live like roommates, like their families are just roommates.
Is your generation even talking to their girlfriend? Are people open to one another? Because it's like you're saying, it's like relationships are by AI. Life is happening by artificial intelligence. Are people having conversations? Are they talking to each other? Are they seeing each other?
Yeah, and I think we do need to get to the point of being, intentional about what we're saying, who we're speaking to, what we're telling them.
Yeah.
We need to have these conversations and with people, not just online or with technology. I feel like we might need a detox. The dining
system.
table, exactly, like a detox system, like you're saying, like having that moment where you can say, okay, yeah, let's all put our phones away, sit at the table and talk. Even though we all have our days, we can all come back together and talk
and have a conversation.
Yeah.
I think the word you've used is intentional, because it has to be intentional. With everything going on in our lives and on at the moment, we have to be intentional.
Yeah.
And I think that's the place we live. I think the conversation needs to continually be held, and also keep each other accountable.
Yeah.
Like if you've spoken about it, you're like, okay, we have to have dates. Parents have to have actually conversations that become, they are intentional about talking to the children. The children have to be intentional about talking to their parents.
Yeah.
I think so. And we have to be all open-minded to listen.
And not being scared of being judged.
Yes.
And not judging also.
Yes, that's another whole conversation.
Yeah.
Is where you're so afraid that you're going to be judged because of something you've done. And yet, God is the only judge. But we do judge. So we've been having a conversation with my firstborn son, Jason.
Yeah.
I'm glad we have spoken, but we continue to speak and continue to be open where you're able to say anything that you want to say to me.
Yeah.
And I continually pray that we'll be able to listen to one another. We have to return back to the table. We have to have genuine conversations with ourselves, with our children, with our friends, with our colleagues. It is necessary to commune, because in that place of communion, blessings are released. There's a beauty about when two come together. Not just two random people in church, but in the family, in the circle of friends. When you come together, blessings are released upon you. So this was to urge us to return back to the table, whatever that might mean to each of us. That's the clarion call. That was our 4th episode from my book, Clean Hearts, Clean Homes. Our next episode will be about the closet. What are we hiding in the closet? What are those memories, grief stored in the closet? Clothes we've never removed from hangers because we do not want to miss a loved one. We'll be talking about that in our next episode. Do not miss it. If you want to get one of these books, please DM us. Thank you.
Thank you.